Welcome back to the course. In the last lecture, we covered on installing the sample database application from the app gallery section, and now we are in the app builder section, and as you can see, the sample database is listed here. So let's start with exploring those 4 options in the above. These are all options in the workspace level except the first one, and all 3 will come into picture when we have many applications. And for now, we have only sample database applications, and let's start with creating a new application in the workspace. So we are given with 3 options: new application, from a file, productivity app. Productivity app is what we saw from the last lecture, installing the sample database application, and if you want to install it from the app builder, you can choose this option. And then from a file, if you have a CSV or XLX or XML file, you can choose those files and run it as an application in Oracle Apex. That's very good feature. And then we have this new application, which I'll be clicking on now, and we don't have any dependency on any kind of thing. We just want to start from scratch, so I'm choosing this option, and it's asking me to give a name, demo, and then appearance is what themes and templates concept. So I just leave it as it is by default. And when we are creating an application, we will have some default pages under this application. So this home page is listed by default. If you want to add further pages, we can add now. For now, we'll just create this application, and adding a page will cover on in the later part. And these features, we will just leave it as it is. The default and the settings, we have this application ID, which is generated by random sequence, but Oracle Apex uses some fancy numbers on specific applications, so we can edit it, but let's leave it as it is. Otherwise it generates some errors, it's already exists or something. And schema authentication, language and fonts, will leave it just as it is basic application. And creating it, it's in the progress, and it's created, and we are redirected to the application demo. And as you can see, these 3 are the basic pages created in an application. So the global page, which we'll be covering in the next lecture, what is the important feature of it. And then, as I said, in the home page, which is a default page installed when we are creating a new application, and then the login page comes into picture when this application is logged. I mean, it's authenticated for a specific user. So when you run this application, it will be redirected to a login page first. If we don't want any authentication, it will start at the home page. So that's the concept. And at the right, we have this option to delete this application, as well as copying this application. And we want to see all the history of editing, which page has the recent changes. And you can use these recently edited pages. That will be very useful for multiple developers working on this application. And then we have this other features. This comes into play when we have many pages in this application. So for now, we don't have any pages. We just have basic 3 pages. Later on, once we create pages and everything, we'll just directly jump into this.